Comsac had asked why the princess hadn't referred to civilian deaths.
A case like this is just one graphic example of how free speech is being corralled, tightened in Thailand now. And for critics of the status quo, it's not just a question of choosing your words carefully. It's wondering whether you should open your mouth at all.
They specifically claim that I suggested the royal family is biased against the red shirt or biased, got involved in politics.
Is that what you believe? Or if you give me an honest answer to that, are you afraid you'll end up in jail?
Yeah, because this is just exactly what they charged me for.
So you can't tell me the truth?
Yeah, even this quite simple question, I am now in a difficult position to give a straightforward answer.
We're in the extraordinary position of me knowing what you think, but you can't say it.
Yeah, this is one of the reasons that this law is so obsolete and should be abolished.
ในหลวงท่านไม่เคยออกมาพูดอะไรที่จะแก้ตัว
The king never defends himself. He has only done good things for Thai people. Therefore, the army, every organization and the people have a duty according to the law, and their duty as Thais to protect the monarchy.
ปกป้องสถาบันพระมหากษัตริย์
That claim to be the king's defenders has helped keep the Thai army above the law for decades. But the 83-year-old king, the central figure in Thai life, is ailing, and the army fears what will come in his wake.
The jogging for position in preparation for the succession is an elephant in the room that this country doesn't want to talk about. Either they're so stupid or they just don't want to see the elephant, and I believe it's the latter.
This ceremony shows more clearly how the king is indeed the soul of his nation, the center round which army, government and religion cohere.
For the last 65 years, King Bhumipol has been seen as a virtual god by his subjects, a loved and unifying symbol for all Thais. But according to leaked American cables, his heir, the Crown Prince, is a far more erratic figure.
Long known for violent and unpredictable mood swings, the Crown Prince has few people who have stayed long in his inner circle. It's hard to underestimate the political impact of the uncertainty surrounding the inevitable succession crisis.
In these insecure times, the army is more than ever determined not to be placed in the dock. But now the victims have been given hope by the appearance of this woman, Yingluck Shinawatra. She's Thaksin's sister. He calls her his clone and helped bankroll and direct her campaign from exile. On the campaign trail, she promised justice.
I want to correct the wrong thing to the correct thing.
But that means that if soldiers are found guilty of killing people, they will go to jail.
Yes, they have to, by the legal, have to make the judgment, and the judge have to judge on this case.
If Yingluck is true to her word, it'll be the first time in Thailand's modern history the military is held accountable.
You witnessed a bloody massacre in 1976. You were sent to jail after that. Was there any military person ever brought to justice for that?
No, never. In 76, there was not even an investigation up to the present.
What is the consequence of there not being justice?
It happened again and again, because the military and those perpetrators know that they won't be punished.
They get away with murder?
The word impunity, yes.
Do you have any confidence that the rule of law will work? It hasn't in the past, has it?
Right now,
it's never worked.
Right now it's not work, so that's why the reconciliation should be start with the fair to everyone.
But Yingluck faces a real dilemma. Bringing soldiers or their commanders to justice could risk her being ousted. And as if all this wasn't murky enough, the man behind her campaign, her brother Thaksin, has his own questions to answer on human rights.
Unable to disperse the crowd, a decision was taken to arrest 1,300 protesters in the hope the insurgents could be identified.
Under him, civil liberties were broken, political rights ignored. A war on drugs was carried out in which thousands of civilians were killed without trial. There were massacres against people in the far south. Soldiers carried out these attacks with legal impunity. He actually stated that stability was more important than democracy when he was prime minister.
Mr. Thaksin denies charges of human rights abuse and corruption. He declined to be interviewed. But whoever has ruled in Thailand, impunity has been the norm. Little wonder Bangkok is now rife with rumours of a deal that would deliver amnesty for all, including the military and Thaksin. However, the party led by his sister says it's not a priority.
The chances of families of red shirts who were killed in 2010 finding accountability and for the loss of their loved ones is very low, because the military is going to protect its own. It's going to be a very long time before the military is held to any accountability for this.
I'm afraid there won't be anything different between people who died this time and people in the past. After some time they will use the amnesty law. The people who ordered the killing and the army were not judged guilty, and people all died for nothing. They only have a monument. What I can say is I'm afraid they will use this kind of law. I will fight against it, no matter which government is elected.
The journey for the truth is lonely and invariably futile. Yet for the families of the dead, it must go on.
Why do you keep doing this? Why do you keep up this? I mean, it's a struggle now to get any information.
Because you want to know, you want to understand what happened. That's what probably he would have done for me if I were in his place.
The injustice of the past hovers over the present in Thailand. For here, what is covered up is all too easily repeated.
Human rights is more important than anything else for human beings. Human rights are based on the acceptance of human dignity. And that is what we all want. We want to live in dignity. We want to live in security and in freedom and in peace. It is not just that. The basic rights, the right to be free from fear, many journalists have mentioned this fear. They say that they have talked to many people. They said people are so afraid. Where people enjoy human rights, there should be no fear of this kind. We need to be freed from our fears. Are we still under authoritarian rule? There are those who would like to think that we are not. But this has yet to be proved. And one of the ways of proving this is by seeing whether or not we are actually enjoying human rights. Whether we or not, we are really now free from the violation of human rights.
We couldn't believe that this was Thailand. My daughter was hiding in the temple. She was helping people.